writer, and lyricist.
And I'm Ross Baum. I'm the composer.
When I was a little girl, my grandmother would pass around a photo album that had tons and tons of pictures of her relatives from generations past. And in the middle of the book, we would see two white women in the middle of the book, which was always surprising. And I would ask who they are and be told that they were actually African American women, our aunties, my great-great aunties, who passed for white. And according to the family legend, they were notorious outlaws. But there was always a misunderstanding about what was their actual crimes that they committed. It was a tall tale in the family, no cohesive story. It was just something of legends. And so when I was in NYU at the Graduate Musical Theater Writing Master's Program, and we were tasked to write a thesis musical, I thought, why not use my aunts? Why not use this legend and see what sort of sound could come from it? And so I approached Ross with this idea, and it was clear this is exactly what we have to do. We have to write this show.
Sure. We met at the Graduate Musical Theater Writing Program at NYU in 2013, and it's like speed dating there. So it's half composers, half words people, and we were paired together for one assignment during the first year. We loved working together, so we teamed up for the second year, and we started writing Gun and Powder. We have so many musical inspirations for the score of Gun and Powder. We were inspired first by the backdrop of the Wild West, so there's this epic expansiveness to the score, and then we have so many worlds happening within the musical. We have the world of Mary and Martha, who pass for white and become outlaws. We have the world of Tallulah, their mother, and their ancestry, who we call the kinfolk, and so they're rooted in gospel music and soul music. And then we have the whole white world that that Mary and Martha step into, which we kind of put a spin on it. So that's a lot of more classical music and kind of our take on, the what you would call white music in the 1890s, I guess. There's jazz, there's country music. Overall, I call it an R&B Western.
Yeah. This is our first collaboration. It's my first musical, and we have decided that we're working together for the rest of our lives. Yeah. It's really been a journey, year by year, moment by moment. When we finished our degree program at NYU, it was 2015, and literally each year there has been some sort of developmental step that's taken place. We had a workshop production with NYU students from the new studio the year that we graduated, and then from there we applied to all of the developmental opportunities you could imagine. We had a workshop at the Sig Works Theater and Signature Theater 2017, and which eventually led to a production at the Signature in DC 2020. We also have done NAMPT, and we won the Richard Rogers Award. We did workshops at Theater Latte Da in Minneapolis. We've been all over the country with this show, writing retreats in barns in upstate New York and on the beach in Los Angeles. It's literally been everywhere.
I would say it took a lot of people believing in us and giving us opportunities to share our story and develop our work. And so a lot of stars aligned, and a lot of the right people came into the picture for us, whether it be theaters or directors or producers who believed in our story and gave us the opportunity to develop our work. And one thing so luckily led to another through so much perseverance and belief, and we're just so happy to be here at Paper Mill at this moment. The show you see today is completely different than the show that we originally wrote. The essence of it is the same, but we have written over 100 songs for this musical. About 7 of them remain intact from the original draft, but there have been years where we have thrown out an entire act and rewritten the entire act. And you make so many discoveries along the way, writing your way into the story with an original musical. There's nothing that it's based on, and so you have to write your way into the story that you're telling, and that takes a lot of time.
Hey, 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 child. Ooh, ooh, child. Hey, hey, child. Ooh, child. Hey, child. 1993, working hard from hand to mouth, even though they've been set free. Set free. But not fully free.
Ain't too much changed in the USA until one ordinary day when enough was enough
And got to break down, made their own way from farm girls, outlaws, here's how it all went down.
I'm Tiffany Ray Fisher, and I am the choreographer for Gun and Powder.
I'm Stevie Walker Webb, and I'm the director for Gun and Powder.
I got involved with this project because I got a wonderful email in my inbox one day saying that they would like me to come in and interview to be the choreographer for this amazing new musical, and I couldn't believe it. I took the interview, we had a couple of rounds, and my last round was actually with Stevie, and I was on Zoom with him, or maybe we were on the phone, I can't remember, but I wanted this job so badly. I was so already passionate about the story, and then it worked out in my favor because I've been wanting to work with him. You know, his reputation precedes him, the story is incredible, the is insane. So I wanted to be a part of it, and luckily I got that chance.
So I've been a fan of Angelica's work for a very long time. There's a play that she wrote called Berta Berta that I read many years back. And then I saw Crownation at National Black Theater for its world premiere some years ago, and was always just like, who is this writer? Who is this amazing black woman writing these stories? And then P3, the producing team, reached out to me and said, hey, you should check out this play, Gun and Powder, give it a read, see if you like it. And I read it, and I thought, oh my God, this story is so riveting. You know, it's a moment in history that's often skipped over, and Angelica's writing about it in a way that's so approachable and exciting. And then I heard the music that Ross Baum had composed, and I just literally I just fell out of my chair. It just stopped me. It was so powerful. And then I couldn't stop singing the songs, and so I was just like, I guess I have to do this play. And you know, and as we build the creative team, what Tiffany didn't say before was that, you know, from our very first phone call, we fell in love with each other. I mean, it was like simpatico, immediately, and it's just been a blessing and just really a joy every day in this rehearsal room.
So the prologue starts with the kinfolk, and Stevie had talked about them being kind of a Greek chorus, but also just our storytellers. And so we wanted to be able to show the individualism of each of them and how they're going to approach the story with a little tongue-in-cheek, but also the seriousness of this adventure that these women are about to take on. But it really, with that one, with prologue, it kind of just flowed. Sometimes pieces come to you step by step and you're kind of chasing after it a little bit, and other times you just see it. And it's interesting that you talk about it feeling cinematic, because there's lots of times that Stevie will describe it. It's like, if this was a film, this would be your close-up. If this was a film. So that opening, we wanted them to just drop into a place that was already existing, that felt rich, that felt real. And so that prologue was actually one of the easiest pieces to conceive, because I could see it in my head, and then the cast was so game to just try for it, and these little gestures and these little things actually speak volumes.
I have not worked with any of these actors before. The casting process for this was arduous, though. I mean, so what you picked up on in terms of the specificity of each cast member, I knew that as it pertained to the kinfolk, I wanted every type of body type possible. I wanted, seasoned actors. I wanted young actors. I wanted, just every type of body type possible, every type of representation possible. And similarly with the townspeople, I wanted them to look like real people that you could connect to. And so it was an arduous process though, because it went on for a number of years, you know, and like, but we just didn't stop until someone walked in and sang that note or said that book scene, and we would say, oh my God, that's Jessie, you know, oh my gosh, that is Mary, that's Martha. And so everyone that you just experienced, they not only earned the part, they are like born for it. They were born for it from the moment that they walked into the rehearsal room, I mean, and the audition room, and I think audiences are going to really, really feel that. But what would a Western be if there wasn't a saloon scene? If it wasn't a little cabaret, right? So this next song that you're about to hear takes place in a neighborhood called Sweet Christine, which is like, it's the part of the town that's been taken off the map, where all the renegades run away and hide, where they hide all their gold, and they stash all of their, you know, the things that they've kind of accrued over their journey. And so this is Frenchman 5.
Porter and the bone.
Let me take a little time to bear my soul. Yeah! Open up and tell the naked truth. Take the bloomers off the past and show it up. Let you see the scars that made my youth. You want to love me. Then let me touch you. Hold my brow, my
Hunter Parrish, and I play Jesse Whitewater. This project has been 10 years in the making. They've had several iterations of it that have never been this actualized, and most of them have been in a workshop kind of concert phase. And I was not a part of any of those, I'm sad to say. But many of our amazingly talented cast has been a part of those for many, many, many years. So I'm just joining new, and I feel so incredibly lucky to be here and to be telling this really awesome story. So I play Jesse Whitewater. I own a town. Our heroines are sisters. They emerged from slavery. This is post-emancipation, but they're still in a slavery environment. They emerge from slavery and make their own way in the world, which involves, a gun and sticking people up, because that's what you do in the Wild Wild West. But then they happen upon my town, which they don't know I own, and they're coming after my money. But I like, through a little bit of a mistaken identity, I fall in love with one of them, and we have a lovely kind of tragic drama that ensues. As far as theater, I've been doing theater in New York for over 15 years. I did Spring Awakening on Broadway and Godspell, and a couple off-Broadway shows. And I spent a good portion of my 20s in a TV show called Weeds on Showtime. And my most recent work is a show on Hulu called The Other Black Girl.
This next song that you're about to hear is called Wide Open Plain, and it's the I Want song. So at the center of our story, we have Mary and Martha Clark, these two fearless, brave women who have their backs pressed up against the wall. And the Wide Open Plains is a song that they sing about their desire to get out of the situation that they found themselves in. And it's also about their wild imagination and their dreams of what is possible for them if they can just get out of the situation that they're in. And so it's just a beautiful song about the hope of what they want to achieve on their journey. So,
we could stay staring at this rainbows. Pray to God we won't run out of air. We could grow sleeping on these stiff straw beds, dreaming but never going
Clark is a twin with Martha Clark, and we're in post-emancipation America, and so she's still working on a cotton plantation with her sister and her mother. And because she is mixed, both white and black, and has very fair skin, she and her sister decide to pass for white. And that's sort of the beginnings of our story, and things get really twisted after that. But Mary is sort of the more reserved, maybe demure twin. She is, I think, a little bit afraid of her power or stepping into her power at the beginning of this. And it's really beautiful to kind of watch her blossom into it and also maybe take it too far. But yeah, she is, I think, a really interesting female character that we don't get to see very often, in the way that she steps into her power very unapologetically and goes through these really deep and traumatic story points.
I'm Lisi LaFontaine, and I'm playing Martha Clark. Martha is a no-nonsense vigilante, if you will, who cares deeply about her family and her people, and who goes on this journey with her beautiful sister through the Wild West to try to bring back money home to their mom. It's been a very long journey with this show, as most new shows are, but I started with the show in 2018, where I did it at the New Musicals Festival. And I didn't do the subsequent production, but the last 2 workshops we've done together. And then this is kind of the next step, which is hopefully a springboard to Broadway, where the show belongs. And yeah, it's been a long journey, but I'm obsessed with the show, so I'm thrilled that audiences finally get to see us.
I actually did the very first reading of this show back at NYU when Ross and Angelica were creating this as their thesis project at NYU. And it has changed so much since then. I mean, of course, over 9-ish years, anything would change. But it's only gotten better and better and better. So I'm incredibly excited. Just in the depth of what we're talking about, the complexity of it, and also the incredible, incredible music that you will remember every song because they're so specific and so beautiful, and it just crosses all genres. And it's a big American musical, which, I don't know if we've had too many of those recently. So it's nice. It's nice that we get to really do the play.
Hi, I'm Jeanette Bayardell.
Hi, I'm Aaron James McKenzie, and I play Elijah.
And I play Tallulah Clark. Okay, so the first time I saw Gunpowder was actually back in 2017, I believe, and it was at NAMT, and I was actually in another show. And I remember sitting watching Gunpowder, and I'm like, I want to be in that show. And here we go. Now I'm actually in the show. When my agents and my manager brought it to me, I was like, yes, I saw that show at NAMT, and I loved it, and I will definitely be a part of it. And here we are.
I've been involved since the most recent workshop, which happened in October and November, which is not very long considering how long they've been working on it and how many iterations it's gone through. But yeah, me too. The second I received any sort of information about this, I actually had heard about it, just through word of mouth. But yeah, so it's been not since October for me.
I play Tallulah Clark. I am the mother of the beautiful twins, Mary and Martha, and we are sharecroppers, and they basically come up with this creative idea to give our family financial liberation. They decide to pass white and go into other towns and make money by passing white. And initially I'm against it, but eventually I'm like, okay, you can go, but if you go, you need to protect yourself. And I give them a couple of tools to protect themselves, and ultimately, well, you got to come see the show to hear what really happened.
I play Elijah, and the sisters, Mary and Martha, as a part of their journey, they kind of come in contact with different people, different characters who help and maybe hurt them along their way. And my character becomes really close with Martha. I won't give too much away, but he sort of becomes somebody that sees her and who is seen by her, and together they go on a separate plot journey as themselves as well.
I have been in The Color Purple. I played Celie in The Color Purple. Recently, I was nominated for my first Tony in Girl from the North Country. I was Mrs. Nielsen. What else have I done? I've done hair. I just finished The Harder They Come at the Public not too long ago. The Hunter Thompson project that was at La Jolla that's hopefully coming to New York soon. Just a bunch of stuff.
I am nothing compared to Miss Jeanette here. I've been in New York for 3 years and I've spent most of my time in A Beautiful Noise. And yeah, that's pretty much all I've done.